The government has lied to us before. They lied to us about who actually shot President John F. Kennedy. And then they lied to us about what really happened on the destroyer Maddox in the Gulf of Tonkin that started the Vietnam War.
3 North Vietnam PT boats unleash a torpedo attack against the Maddox.
Events afterwards showed that our judgment that we'd been attacked that day was wrong.
And not that long ago,
He's got him. He's got him. He's got him.
they lied to us about weapons of mass destruction that got us into a war in Iraq. So why should we believe what they tell us about HIV and AIDS?
First, the probable cause of AIDS has been found, a variant of a known human cancer virus. We hope to have the vaccine ready for testing in approximately 2 years.
Thank you, Secretary.
Especially when the man who claims he discovered HIV lied about that too, and then lied on the patent application for the HIV tests, which paid him more than $1 million.
That's right, we got AIDS out there. You think they're gonna cure AIDS? No, they can't even cure athlete's foot. They ain't curing AIDS. Shit, they ain't never cured it. They ain't never cured it. Don't even think about that shit. They ain't cured it because ain't no money in the cure. The money's in the medicine. That's how you get paid on the comeback. That's how a drug dealer makes his money on the comeback. That's all the government is, a bunch of motherfucking drug dealers on the comeback. They ain't curing no AIDS. That's all it is. That's all it is. You think they gonna cure AIDS? They still mad at all the money they lost on polio. Curing AIDS, shit, that's like Cadillac making a car that lasts for 50 years. And you know they can do it, but they ain't gonna do nothing that fucking dumb. Shit, they got metal on the space shuttle that can go around the moon and withstand temperatures of up to 20,000 degrees. You mean to tell me you don't think they can make an El Dorado with a fucking bumper don't fall off? They can, but they won't. So what they will do with AIDS is the same thing they do with everything else. They will figure out a way for you to live with it. But they don't cure shit, they just patch it up. Get you to the next stop so they can get more of your money. That's right, they ain't gonna cure it. Hopefully, in our lifetime, that's right, you're gonna see somebody go, yo man, you weren't at work yesterday, what's up? Hey, my AIDS is acting up. You know when the weather get like this, my AIDS just pop up. But I took some Robitussin, I'm fine now. That's right, man. AIDS is scary, man. I took the AIDS test, passed it, got 65.
In the 1970s, President Jimmy Carter commissioned the Global 2000 report. The findings of the report blamed virtually all of the world problems on the population growth of non-white people. The report went on as far as recommending the elimination of at least 2 billion people in third world nations off the face of the earth by the year 2000 in order to restore Western supremacy. Interestingly enough, also in the 70s, the AIDS epidemic broke out, claiming huge amounts of life in third world nations, as well as amongst the growing black and Hispanic population of America. It was said that the virus originated from green monkeys in Africa and was later passed on to the local population through either acts of bestiality or through consuming them as food. From there on, AIDS spread like wildfire across the African continent and later on to the rest of the world, claiming millions of lives. However, the story was just a smokescreen. On June 2nd, 1988, the Los Angeles Times published an article refuting the idea that the human AIDS virus originated from green monkeys. It uncovered evidence that the DNA composition of AIDS was totally inconsistent with that of green monkeys. In fact, it could be proven that the AIDS virus could not be found anywhere in nature and could only have ever survived in the human biological system. If the virus did not exist anywhere in nature, the question is raised as to where exactly the virus all of a sudden stemmed from. On July the 4th, 1984, the New Delhi newspaper in India called The Patriot published an article making the first detailed charges of AIDS as being a counter-biological warfare agent. An anonymous American anthropologist was quoted claiming that AIDS was genetically engineered at the U.S. Army's Biological Warfare Laboratory at Fort Detrick near Frederick, Maryland. Then on October the 30th, 1985, the Soviet journal Literaturная Gazeta repeated the charges made by the Indian newspaper, making it an international controversy. All this, however, was easily passed off as a communist rhetoric by the Masonic West. However, on October the 26th, 1986, the Sunday Express became the first Western newspaper to run a front-page story confirming the findings of the Indian and Soviet newspapers entitled AIDS Made in Lab Shop. The outbreak of AIDS has been linked to vaccine programs around the world. The internationally respected London Times newspaper published an article at the front-page story on May 11th, 1987 entitled Smallpox Vaccine Triggered AIDS. The article establishes a direct correlation between the smallpox vaccine administered by the World Health Organization to an estimated 50 to 70 million people in different Central African countries and the subsequent outbreaks of AIDS in those regions. The World Health Organization is the medical wing of the United Nations. The evidence suggests that AIDS is a genetically engineered virus spread through vaccination programs in third world countries, germ warfare against the innocent and the weak, aimed at eliminating an entire populace off the face of the earth. AIDS is nothing other than the modern-day final solution, and all of this for the purpose of installing an economic policy that would give complete global domination to the Masonic West. However, for the Freemasons' economic domination on its own is not enough. In order to have Masonic governments at the head of global union under complete Masonic control, an economic union may suffice, but to keep it there, they would need a military union, and that union would be none other than the UN.
Magic Johnson, the man who led the Laker teams to 5 NBA championships, has retired from basketball. Johnson's reason for leaving the game is a positive test for the HIV virus, but he does not have AIDS and it is not life-threatening. Today's announcement sent an incredible shock through the entire sports world.
Because of the HIV virus that I have attained, I will have to retire from the Lakers today. I just want to make clear, first of all, that I do not have the AIDS disease, because I know a lot of you want to know that, but the HIV virus. My wife is fine. She's negative, so no problem with her. I plan on going on, living for a long time, bugging you guys like I've always have. So you'll see me around. I plan on being with the Lakers in the league. Hopefully David will have me for a while. And going on with my life. I just want to say that I'm going to miss playing. And I will now become a spokesman for the HIV virus, because I want people and young people to realize that they can practice safe sex. And you know, sometimes you're a little naive about it and you think it could never happen to you. You only thought it could happen to, you know, other people and so on and on. And it has happened, but I'm going to deal with it and my life will go on.
The issue is very straightforward. Irvin Johnson has been infected with the AIDS virus. He is not ill in any way. ARC or ARC, which some people have heard of, is simply a continuum from the viral infection to illnesses that occur later on. He does not have that.
Johnson just found out about his problem yesterday and was a class act with incredible confidence and poise as he made his announcement just a while ago at the Forum in Los Angeles. Again, Magic Johnson has been forced to retire from the Los Angeles Lakers.
For 15 years now, to whom or what do you give credit for this?
Well, I think first God blessed me. Second, the medicine is doing what it's supposed to do, and then third, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. You know, I work out. First of all, I take my medicine. That's number one. Mm-hmm. And then I work out, I try to eat right. And then I've had a positive attitude with the whole HIV and AIDS thing, dealing with it. A lot of people think it's a death sentence when it's first, announced to them. But if they take their meds, I work out, I try to eat right. I work out, I try to eat right. I work out, I try to eat right. And then I've had a positive attitude with the whole HIV and AIDS thing, dealing with it.